Hey, welcome back to my channel, Brandy Lee Outdoors. Today we're going to be doing some bass fishing from the kayak. So let's go and get this unloaded and start fishing. All right, I got the truck all locked up and we're gonna go take off and do some fishing. I got quite a bit of stuff I'm packing into this little kayak. We'll see how it goes. It's gonna be a tight fit. All right, I got my butt in the boat. I just haven't pushed off from the shore yet, so it's gonna be a scoochy on some gravel here. Oh yeah, not so bad. All right, we are in the water. It's been a while. About a year since I've gone kayaking, last summer I guess. All right, we're gonna head over towards these lily pads. Since I'm solo today kayaking, I'm gonna stay close to the shore. I've got a lot of gear inside the boat and I don't want to lose all my stuff. So the really cool thing about this lake is there's a waterfall that cascades down into the lake on the other side. After we do a little bit of fishing, that's where we're gonna head. A little bit of a breeze and it makes my eyes water. It's a little breezy. Make sure my hat doesn't blow off. There's a big old beaver dam right there, and there's a couple beavers swimming towards it. There's probably not a whole lot of fish over here. Beaver's like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here, intruders. There are a handful of cabins on this lake out here. It'd be a pretty nice place to have a cabin. I'd be fishing every day. This lake is open year-round. I don't know how bad the snow is coming in. The road is like a 6-mile dirt road. I think I'm gonna hang out in this little cove and get my fishing gear set up. I just went over a big stump. That freaked me out. You know, when you're in the water and you're cruising along and all of a sudden you feel something and you're like thinking you're getting attacked. And then you look down and it's like an old stump or a log. Creepy. Alright, I need to get a few things out of my backpack, which are on the other side of my camera. Alright, I got a few things out that I needed. We're gonna carry on. I just got this kayak all sprayed out last night after sitting all winter long and sprayed it out real good, hoping there's no spiders in there. Last thing I want is a spider crawling up on my leg, and I'll definitely be going for a swim after that. But I think I got it all good. There ain't no spiders in here. We're good. Cruising now. We got a little ways to go. Keep on rolling. All right, we made it to the cove. Gonna start heading in there. It's gonna be nice because the wind's starting to kick up. Oh man, I can hear the waterfall from here. I'm not gonna show you guys that until after I go fishing though. Oh my. The last time I was here, the falls was like barely trickling. This time it is roaring. I was so hoping it'd be like this. This really is an awesome lake to kayak and go see the falls in the springtime. If you're in the Spokane area, it's just over an hour out of Spokane. Might give you guys a little sneak peek. Then we're gonna go past and go fishing. We can get real close to that. I'm gonna take you guys all the way up to it after we do some bass fishing. All right, we're headed into this little canyon here. Really pretty tamarack right there. It's bright green, just getting its needles. I really like the tamaracks. They lose all their needles during the winter time and they're the best for firewood. For nice and hot. All right, we're gonna keep cruising down this way. Go find a fishing hole. Go find a nice spot to catch some fish. Couldn't have a better day to be out. I plan on doing a lot more fishing this year. I'm going to take you guys along on lots of fishing adventures. Gonna have to get my casting and all that fun stuff back. I used to fish all the time when I was a little kid. My grandma used to take us fishing. She kept the camper on her old Ford pickup truck, and every weekend she was getting all the grandkids loaded up, and she knew where all the best fishing holes were. She would head out, loaded up with snacks and lunch, and we'd head off to fishing derbies, potholes. It's probably why I love fishing so much. I've been doing it since as long as I can remember. Absolutely love it. This is really cool. This area in here, it's got like these big cliffs. I think I can spin you around, get a view. All right, let's put something on this pole and cast. I think I'm going to start with this little bass frog. It's kind of like the weedless ones because I'm going to cast into the weeds over here, and I'm seeing some lily pads underneath. So we're going to start with that little dude. Doing, 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 doing. All right, let's get him hooked up. Got this real little pole here because I'm in a little boat. Now, no judging here. I haven't fished in a while. The only thing I'm thinking about is if I do get a fish on and I get it all the way to the kayak, I'm gonna really have to take my time to unhook it, throw it back in the water. All right, we're gonna paddle back over here. It's definitely a breeze today. And the wind's picking up. Gonna get back over here. It's these kind of like a little bushy area. Come on, let's go. It's gonna be pretty exciting if I do catch a fish. All right, that's where I'm gonna cast. My first cast. Make sure I do not lose my paddles. I need to get a hook for those. It does look really shallow here. It's actually shallower than I thought. I guess I didn't come over here and look, but we could go ahead and get some casting in. I need to cast. See how this casting's gonna look. Something's tight already. There's a turtle right there. Just sunning himself on a log. There was two of them, and the other one plopped in the water. I was recording it, and apparently I was not recording it because I didn't hit the button all the way. I'm just gonna go for it and cast. There's a lot of what do you call it? Kind of like the reeds underneath the water coming up. So there might be some fish hiding down in there. just gonna go for it. I don't really have any weight on this frog at all. I might need to add some to it or go find some lily pads. Haven't fished with a frog since I was a teenager, so I'll have to get the hang of that again. Tighten that up. All right, we're gonna cruise on further down. I'm going to switch up the frog because I'm really on this rocky edge. And I'm going to make my way over to the lily pads over there, and then I'm going to switch it. But I'm going to try something different. See if I can get a better cast. Get it to sink a little bit. Something with a little sparkle on it. Gonna try one of these guys. Alright, we got that shiny dude. Shiny dude, now we need to get off of the shore. I just spotted a Mondo beaver den over here. It is huge. We're gonna go get a closer look. That is a huge beaver den. I'm gonna go see how close we can get before we have a beaver come out and attack us. Wow. There's probably not a lot of fish left over here. It's a big beaver den. Probably the biggest I've ever seen. He's a busy beaver. I think I hear the beaver. Heard something. River otters, you know, they can be super aggressive too, so I know that. I don't think I'll be hanging around that den for too long. Go check my back. All right, it's definitely calmer over here, so I think I'm gonna try casting in. I have no idea how much bass there is in this lake. It is on the fishing guide. It says there's bass in here, but I've never fished it, so I have no idea. Every lake has its secret. I haven't done bass. I usually catch bass on just even a rooster tail. Well, I think I'm going to switch over to a good old rooster tail and see maybe if I can get the attention of some maybe trout, rainbow trout or something. I'm going to have to do some reading up on bass fishing. I've always just gone fishing for whatever I can catch, but I started steelhead fishing probably about 5 years ago on the Clearwater River in Idaho, and that's kind of what I've been doing lately, I guess. Last couple of years, I haven't done a whole lot of lake fishing, but I'm going to switch up to a rooster tail and try that out as I'm kind of heading back towards the waterfall. I think I'm going to kind of chill in this area and eat some lunch too. I did bring a small little lunch because I didn't know how long I was going to be out here, and eat some of that while the winds died down. It's nice and quiet over here. There was a few other kayakers getting in the water after I got across the lake, so they might be coming this way. Probably fishing. This is what I brought for lunch today, or a little snack. It's my homemade guacamole and some cucumber and sweet pepper slices. Yum! These cucumbers are super crunchy. These sweet peppers have been so good lately. Super flavorful. Very good. Tasty. Even if I don't catch any fish today, at least I know I can fish from the kayak. That opens up a lot more adventure to go fishing from the kayak. Kind of running into the edge here. Here comes the wind. Not a bad view for lunch. Alright, I just switched it up to a little orange rooster tail, and then I'm going to add a little bit of weight so I can cast a little further, and then it'll sink it a little bit. Sink it down a little bit before I hook into my pants. I'm headed for a log. Let's see, how much do I want? Alright, I'm heading for a log. The wind's gonna... Ooh, alright, we're good. We're good. My rooster tail's stuck in my seat. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get my little tackle box closed up and then paddle back out a little bit here. Maybe I'll try cast from here since I am pretty secure. Might as well try casting out there and see what happens. I'll probably have that weight too high, but oh yeah, I don't think that's probably that great. All right, we're off and floating again. Alright, the wind's really picking up, so I'm going to try to get out of this little spot and let's go check the waterfall out. Alright, we're coming around the bend here to the waterfall. I was going to call this video going bass fishing, but I think I'm just going to have to call it testing out my fishing gear, because that's more of what's going on this trip. Testing out some fishing gear. That and the kayak. Beautiful. That amazing? Woo! It's beautiful. There it is. I don't know how many lakes you can kayak to the bottom of a waterfall. It's pretty awesome. Probably stay here all day. That is cool. The wind's getting gnarly. Got some pretty good waves. I'm gonna have to paddle against the wind the whole way back. Well, I didn't stick close to the edge. I was just like, I'm just gonna go for it. Not too bad. It's getting a little rough. Well, I made it across the lake. The wind is definitely getting bad. I'm glad I decided to make a crossing when I did. Got my arm workout today. But I'm going to end this video here, and I hope you guys all have a good one, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!